Okay, let's see if we got this. Is this streaming properly? Hmm. Okay. We want attacks for Uproar to hit. So I think the best choice right here is either the AoE or the Lightning. I think I could more easily build into orbs if I take Ball Lightning. So I think that gives me the most options. I'm going to take Ball Lightning. Alrighty, so I don't think this path right here is really going to lead to me surviving. So we're just going to continue down this route right here, and then we'll decide if we want to spend that 150 here, or if we want to try and get it down the road over here. Alrighty, let's see what the event has in store for us. I love what they tried to do with this event, but I just cannot take this and expect to win, so I'm going to take the health. Sorry, Berdonis. Maybe if I do a co-op run, I'll try and take that. I think 270 is a good enough amount of money to spend at a shop right now, and if I don't think I see anything good here, I can still path to the later shop anyway. So let's take the shop and see if we can make our deck a little bit better. 39 gold, bulk up, a null for some defense and offense at the same time. And it's a great target for Uproar. This makes my attack build a bit better. Kind of want this relic for Uproar. What do we have so far? I would need a third attack for that upgrade to be good. Let's do Null and Gnarled Hammer and see if we can make these three attacks much better for the rest of the act. I don't have enough gold left for anything else. The potions are too expensive. I wish I could have got the card removed, but I do think this augments my deck enough to handle the next fight. So let's see what we get. Well, always good to get attacks out, and he's weak for this turn, which is even better. Let's see. Oh, okay, well that was yeah, I guess the fight went pretty well. Glacier definitely gives me the defense that I need for this deck, so we'll take that. I actually think this deck handles an elite pretty well, so I'm gonna path over this way. So let's see, what are we gonna upgrade with the campfire first? Honestly, 1313 is not bad. Let's see. I hope I get the statue. I think this deck can handle a statue very well. It could handle Verdonis as well, I think. We'll just defend for this turn. I think he does, yep. So we're going to try Uproar. Pretty good. And defend. Oh, so far, so good. This turn is definitely for the potion. We'll just defend as much as we can. Try that again. Alright, I think he dies next turn, so I think that was a pretty good elite. No cards in the draw, but 10 and 10. I mean, it is lethal, so. Fire Potion, I love getting a strength and a dexterity for a actual attack deck. And an Ice Lance, excellent target for Uproar. Alright, let's continue. The pathing looks like I could still path to that shop if I wanted to, but I don't think that's a good idea. We're gonna nix this path right here. So I think the correct decision is to go this way and then path towards the events and the campfires, which means I only have one guaranteed combat left before the boss, which means I think I can afford with 45 health left to upgrade something. I think I'm going to upgrade the Ice Lance. Alright, let's see what this does. Ancient Tea set, so I'm definitely going to have a lot of starting mana for the boss. Transform is a great way to deal with these strikes, especially since I couldn't get a remove earlier. So we'll just transform one of these strikes and see what we get. Well, I don't have a means of playing it naturally, but it is a good Uproar target. I hope that works out in the future. Plus, it doesn't look like this deck is going super hard into orbs outside of the ice. Yeah, I can see Meteor Strike working for this deck. Let's see what the combat gives us. Choices. I mean, I think just killing this one for sure. Yeah, I made the correct choice. And we'll just get you nice and one shot for the next turn. Alrighty, I think we want to strike you, ball lightning you, and then just defend for full. Not bad, didn't have to use a potion or anything. I don't think he survives past the next turn, I just need to get 2 damage in my next draw. I mean, if 2 damage or full block, really, it doesn't matter. There we go. Compiler Driver is card draw with the 2 orb types. And it's another attack that could be hit, but I don't know. I feel like with Null, Glacier, and Ice Lance, this deck has enough defense built into it to handle this particular boss. I'm going to go Compile Driver. And now we could probably afford another upgrade. I'm thinking... We want more affordability or defense, so either Zap upgrade for 0 cost, or Glacier for more defend. Does Null give me 3 weak? Yes, it does. I think I'm going to go with Null for 3 weakness. Ooh, I think with the Fire Potion and how offensively aligned this deck is, that it could actually path to this Elite. And then I could decide if I have enough money for the shop or not, but I'm definitely going for the Elite. Alright, and this boss, Elite, isn't really that difficult, I think. So we'll go... Null, Ball Lightning, Glacier. And then next turn, we'll get the pop-off because it only needs 3, and then I can focus a lot of the cards on the stunned minions. I think we want to dual cast. And then we could Uproar on the one in the back. Yeah, so they're all... One's dead, 2 of them are weakened, they're all stunned this turn. Looks like a good turn to me. I have enough damage to kill and full block. So, dead. Good turn. I mean, I'll just play my hand, or what I can of it. Uproar kills you and you. And we got some early defense for the next act. That will actually come in big handy against those 3 bugs we'll probably get. A bulk up probably makes this deck go even harder. I'm thinking it does. Yeah. 142 does get me a card remove, which removes a strike from the Uproar pool. I think I want to take the shop. Okay. Production is really good. Very tempting. But it requires an upgrade to get the most use out of it, and I think there are other upgrade targets in my deck right now, like bulk up. I'm going to go with the card remove like I said I was going to. Get rid of a strike. No potions I can afford. Loop can be useful with 2 orb slots if I get Meteor Strike off and it gets me more energy per turn. Do I want to keep my deck small? It's power, so it does remove itself once it's played. How difficult is it to get into play? I mean, get rid of the starting deck eventually. I think Loop will be more net positive than negative. Okay. And now we'll get our last upgrade against this boss. I'm thinking it's gotta be the bulk up. If we're gonna give up one of the orb slots, it's gotta give us the maximum efficiency. Oh, good thing we got the Ancient Tea set. It makes our turn 1 very manageable. We're gonna start by targeting the one that's buffing itself so he doesn't get out of hand. Okay, didn't really hit anything too crazy. Definitely gonna play the Glacier for some block. And then we'll get more damage. We'll cycle back around. The deck is still pretty small, and a lot of things still need to get played power-wise. I think we want to zap, dual cast, defend. We can now we got the Rouge, so now we have a 4 strength and dexterity. Not too bad. We'll get a little bit of block from proccing this orb. Let's see. Alrighty, taking a few hits, but I think that this deck should scale up to what it needs to do. See, we have 14 right here, which means the orb is going to hit something else. We have 9 block on defense because of all the dexterity, so we full block with 1 defend, and we can focus down the other minion too. I don't think that he scales super hard compared to his minions, so we're going to... I think the best play is dual cast and Glacier. Alrighty. What's in the draw pile? Loop. So Uproar doesn't actually hit anything. Ice Lance essentially just kills the one in the front and full blocks. So good card. Good card. I think we want to start getting some damage. This procs a Ice Orb, and I still have 9 block incoming. Let's see. He's dealing 12. Yeah, so I full block, and we have a Dark Orb scaling. We can draw 2 with Compile Driver. Uproar can hit a Ice Lance or a Ball Lightning. Both are good choices. Alright, now the Dark Orb is right in the front. Ooh. Ice Lance, definitely. It does a ton of damage, and I think it nearly full blocks. Only 2 damage incoming, puts me at 20. That's alright. Let's see. We'll draw 1 with Compile, and then 2 defends. So 16 is more than 15. Good turn. Nothing in the draw pile again. So I think we want to use Null again. And this blocks for 10, and this blocks for 9. Yes. And now we just need to deal 26, and I think Uproar brings us there. And an all for one. Not a lot of zero costs in here. But if we did get some, it wouldn't be bad for this deck. I don't think we want to start clogging my draw with zero costs when we have such a good pool to pull from with Uproar right now. We make a decent amount of lightning that maybe make a voltaic work, but I don't think so. Helix Drill. Yeah, I think Helix Drill. I'm always spending all my mana, so it's a guaranteed free attack for a good amount of damage every turn. Nothing incredible out of the rare rewards. Ooh, a nice heal all the way up to 69. But, I think I want to get the 4 upgrades because these don't disappear in the next act, and they don't permanently cripple me either. We're going to go with the upgrades. Alright, so we're going to make a 0 cost. We're going to make Helix a little better. Loop is basically double loop. And I mean, I guess Meteor Strike in case it ever gets hit, but I don't know. Not Meteor Strike. Okay, I was going to say Zap, Loop, Helix Drill, and Dual Cast. Make the deck just a little more affordable. Alrighty, so let's see. How does this deck handle elites? Good question. I mean, it has some big hits, and it seems to put up decent amount of blocks, throws out a decent amount of weakness. It's definitely not complete yet, but I think as far as pathing is concerned, I don't want to go too many regular combats. Let's aim this way, and I don't know if I want to shop yet. Alright, we can see how we feel after the events, if our deck is strong enough to handle the elite now, or we could go campfire, and then... It's a lot of campfires on the left. I kind of love it. Decent amount of regular combats for card rewards. The deck seems to handle Worm okay-ish. Obviously, we'll see how it changes as we go through the acts. Alright, I think the path on the right doesn't seem super great. That's just too many combats. I'll die if I go that way. 3 combats followed by 2 events. Yeah, no, it's just a lot of fighting if I don't go this way. I could also see how I feel about going to this elite and fight and then circle back around, because I still get a lot of campfires this way with some events that cancel out the fights. But we can make that decision when we get there. But I definitely think that the correct first path is this fight right here. It's a shame Ancient Tea Set doesn't proc off of that cookie. Let's see. I think we want to remove the one in the back first. So we're going to eat a hit very right off the bat. There have been worse turn ones against the bugs. Question is, will it continue leaking though? This guy is annoying. Didn't draw any of my defense like Iceland's Glacier. Well, we play what we can. Alright, Speed Potion. Looks like, judging by how that fight went, that our deck still needs to be shored up defense-wise. So I think a Leap will do a lot of good for this deck. We'll take Leap. Alright, time to see what our events give us. Another enchantment. Sharp on Helix Drill seems pretty cool. I don't see the powers really comboing into anything with card draw right now. It's not like it's a zero cost deck for bulk up. And it's not like this deck really makes a ton of energy right now either. If it gets lucky with Meteor Strike, maybe. Nimble doesn't really hit anything super great either. I think my best enchantment is Sharpness to put on the Helix Drill. Okay, that was a pretty good event. Next. Ooh, I hate the bridge. But it can give us a strike or defend remove if we are lucky. Nope, I just enchanted that. Basic defend. Trades a little bit of health for a card remove. There's been worse bridges. Next. Well, I guess I get to remove all of the strikes and have a better target for Uproar. Looks like we're taking an ultimate strike. Not too shabby. Alrighty, and we actually drew some defensive cards. So 6 plus 4 is 10. This is 10 block plus 9. I full block with Glacier Leap. But do I want to use this? Not really, no. Glacier Leap is correct. Alright, we'll get the Loop in play, Ultimate Strike, and Zap. He's taking my Null, which I definitely want to keep if I can. So I think the correct decision right now, what's in my draw pile? There's nothing there. 23. Sheesh. I think with Helix Drill, he can't actually attack me because Helix Drill's going to knock down his wings. So in that case, I think we still play Uproar. And we play Compile Driver. And we play Helix Drill. Alrighty. Can we kill him next turn with a new draw? Looks pretty like I think I'm gonna kill him. So we'll full block with Glacier and then attack and then Lightning. He'll have 1. And he's not running away this turn, so I'm pretty sure he's dead. Ultimate Strike! We'll take back that Null, please and thanks. Nothing here looks good in my opinion. No slots, especially with bulk up. Not a zero cost deck, so no momentum strike. I think I already have a ball lightning and I don't need more crappy damage commons flooding my pile, so let's just skip. Okay, I'm at 42 health, and I don't think I want to fight one of the elites right now, so I'm definitely going to go with the campfire. No upgrades really look super great to me right now, so I'm just going to rest. Alrighty, let's see what our next event gives us. A good thing I rested. I feel like History Lesson can actually really work well with this deck. Like, let's say I end turn with Uproar and it hits something like Meteor Strike and then Ice Lance, and that's the end of the turn. And then History Lesson procs it at the very beginning of the next turn. I could see a world where this is good. This fight is pretty hard, but I have a Dex Potion to shore up any of the damage I might take. And it looks like there is a campfire, like a few campfires, like immediately afterwards. No risk of a fight before I get to the fire. I'll fight the guy. Alright, 23 right off the bat. Pretty solid first opening hand, though. Nice. And Glacier. Yeah, Gorget and Ice. Very, very nice. um, this is looking like the turn where I want to use the speed potion. And we'll use a loop. There wasn't anything too fantastic in the draw pile. Alrighty. Oh man, he does that twice? My goodness. Well, we'll play out our hand. I don't think he survives after this, and if this is the biggest hit I take this entire fight, then this has probably been the best fight I've had from this guy in a while. We're gonna go with, yeah, Ice Lance. And now we have to deal with Lantern Key being in our draw for a little bit, but I think the payoff is gonna be pretty worth it. Ooh, Turbo kind of shores up some of those energy issues. My deck is still under 20, so I don't mind having a Turbo, I think. We'll go with a Turbo. Juzu Bracelet, so it makes events safer to take, in my opinion. Is there anything in my deck I'd want to upgrade at these campfires? Not particularly. Is 56 health enough for me to want to do a fight right after an elite, though? I think with Worm Boss, a better play is safe than sorry, so let's just go with the campfire and take a quick rest. Stay nice and healthy. Oh no, I have to trade one of my relics. I don't want to do that. That strength and dex has been pretty nice for me. But powers for Juzu Bracelet. Well, I mean, I didn't hate Juzu Bracelet, but it's definitely not the best out of these. So goodbye, Juzu. We're gonna get some power rewards. Alrighty. Let's see, Smith. I'm at 80 health out of 82, so we definitely want to upgrade something. I'm thinking either Turbo or Meteor Strike, but I'm thinking Turbo. Alrighty, now we can handle some basic combats. It's the bugs. We got 5 because we were at a fire. Leap. We have 18, 22 incoming. We have 4 plus 9 is 13, plus 6 is 19. 19 blocks these two, so I could probably afford to hit him one more time. Okay. So we want to hit this one in the front with an Uproar, I think. What's in the draw pile this could hit? Compile Driver, Helix, Meteor Strike. That's tough. Let's dual cast first. I think Uproar has a good chance if hitting either of these two, and these two can lead into big plays. So let's do Uproar. Compile Driver into Turbo, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. That's good. Now we can kill the one doing 12. I already full blocking, so I could afford to cripple one of the others. This one has 29 health. Let's get rid of him down a little bit. Now he's weak too, so that makes our turn here a little bit better. Oof, the Lantern Key hurting me. Well, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you take a hit. We're still pretty high. 71 at 82 ain't bad. I think we want... Ice Lance will proc the Dark Orb, killing him, except it's 9. I still think this is good. And then Helix Drill. Alright, good fight. Yeah, no, I don't want to add any of this. Gotta say, though, I'm kind of loving the art. Alright, Campfire. Oh, second combat, then Campfire. And this fight can be pretty hard. What attacks are in my draw that would be hit by Uproar? I think I'd be better off with Ice Lance right out the gate. With Gorget, and that's 10 block. I'm taking a 6. That's fine. Right, Turbo. Dual cast. Ugh. Well, at least he's stunned. One more turn on his sleeping. He's already one shot, and it feels like a waste to not use that. Alright, Sparkling Rouge, do your thing. We want lightning? Yes, we want lightning. And we want Glacier, I think. Glacier is fine. Big guy is taking some damage off of my life, but that's okay. Let's see. Finally got Meteor Strike played this for this entire run so far. All right. Okay, that wasn't bad. I think I just used this last campfire to heal, and then Worm can't do anything. I don't see anything here looking particularly great. Skip. Rest up for the Worm. Alrighty. What can we do to beat this? He's not attacking first turn. He's going to put the Frantic Escapes in. We have 5 energy with some card draw and Uproar and starting hand, so it doesn't look that bad. Definitely going to get some good Helix value on this turn. Well, let's see what happens. I think I want to use Uproar first. Right now, the attacks are looking like Ball Lightning, Null, Ultimate Strike, or Ice Lance, Meteor Strike. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, they're all good. Worst ones being Ultimate Strike and Ball Lightning. Everything else is a fantastic hit. Let's do it. Null, so he's weak for the next 3 turns. That's really good. Gives us more card draw on the compile driver. Bulk up on turn 1. Oh wow, this is going incredibly well. And now Helix Drill is going to do 50 damage? Well, you'll love to see it. I think I'm making safe decisions this run. Let's hope it all pays off. He's only dealing 12 because of the weakness. I feel like I want to get far away from him with the Frantic Escapes, but the Ice Lance is pretty good damage. What if we went with Dual Cast first, then Ice Lance? Yeah, we could play Frantic Escapes soon. We still have 4, 3. Turbo. Yeah, Turbo Meteor Strike. Glad to see it. Okay, looks like we're making excellent progress on his health. Draw pile as 1 Frantic Escape, so we're still basically around 3, depending on what the next turn gives us. Yeah, definitely want that. I don't know if I really want to use these Plasma Orbs on this turn. It'll let me play a lot more frantic escapes with plasma, so let's keep them. Ice Lance will proc all of the plasma, which will give me a lot more energy to work with, so let's do that. Frantic escape. Uproar. What's in the draw pile? Not that it matters. I'm definitely doing it. Let's see. And a defend. Solid worm fight. Wow. Alright. This deck doesn't seem like it makes too much statuses outside of Turbo, so I don't think I want to clog it up with a flak cannon. Defrag is pretty good, makes the orbs all better, especially the ice defense. Shatter. I feel like Shatter getting hit with the wrong time by like Uproar can actually do more harm than good. So I think the general best and safest pick here is Defrag. We're going with Defrag. Alright, Act 3, we got the Chimera. Really good card draw. Tank's Whistle is pretty fun. Random attack into my hand. I mean, more potential targets for Uproar, but do I want more? Not really. A random attack kind of just clogs my deck, and I'm already trying to trim it more so. I think Tank's Whistle as an attack that can get hit by Uproar is probably the best choice. So let's go with Tank's Whistle. I don't want to fight too many more fights this combat or this act. So I'm thinking off the top of the dome, we want to go this way. Maybe hit one more elite, but we'll see how healthy I am after the first 2 combats and 3 events. Then we can go this way. I think we definitely want to hit Campfire, then Elite. Fighting new Doormaker and then Queen. It's not a lot of Campfires this path, is there? It's too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sheesh. 5 fights just to get to a fire and then get a forced elite. I don't think it's worth the extra Campfire to go center path, that's for sure. Ooh. There's a path I didn't notice before, but there's no shop. And I have a good amount of money I would want to spend. I think this path on the left is way too many fights, and then followed by forced elites. Yikes. So no. 3. So 3. Then we have 3 events, a treasure chest, a 4th event, a campfire. 4 events, campfire, another event, an elite. So this is a 1 elite path with many events, but only really 2 campfires. I think my best path is definitely on the left. Yeah. So there's no avoiding an elite this act, unfortunately, but I think this deck can handle an elite fight. We'll just see if we have to use these campfires for health or if we can upgrade maybe the 1 or 2 things that still need upgrades like Defrag or Tank's Whistle. Alright, first fight. This is what we have explosive potions for. Thank you, Lightning Orb. I thought I was going to have to waste... Yeah. Alright, I mean, I'm losing 2 max health. I'm at 80. This fight's gone worse for people. Let's see. 3, 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 5, 17. We full block. Good, good. Tanks whistle! I can't wait for a good animation for that. Nothing here. Skip. And it looks like we get our history course just like I wanted. We can get rid of this lantern key and get a very powerful relic. Let's hope that that pays off for us. Just drinking a little iced tea. Alrighty. Next event. 70 health for a little money. I'm going to be coming up to a guaranteed shop in 1, 2, 3, a few floors. We'll take the money. I have enough money for the shop to be worth it, in my opinion, and I don't have enough slots for foul potions, plus I do not want to trade a distilled chaos for a foul potion, so we'll just fill up our regular potion slots. Regen. Pretty good. Alright, next Act 3 combat. I hope it's the Architect. I think this deck handles him. And, wow, I really called that. Tank's Whistle turn 1 or Uproar. Uproar lets me play a power. Tank's Whistle buys me a turn. Uproar can just hit Helix Drill, or I think I get more benefit out of Tank's Whistle, actually. This fight doesn't last long enough for a full regen potion, I think. Tanks. Thank you, Tanks. Tanks very much. And History Course getting a double Tanks. Oh my goodness. I just talked about this in the last act, and I forgot about it already. Crazy. I think we're gonna play Defrag, Turbo, Ball Lightning, Ice Lance, and then Ice Lance is gonna be played by History Course. Yeah, this fight was never a fight. Oh my gosh, he didn't even get to attack. Sheesh. A Snecko oil. Feels crazy getting rid of a regen potion, but I am still near max health, and Snecko oil is kind of incredible with this deck. Yep, and then we'll skip that card reward. I don't want to take the elite. We'll just take the... Yeah, we have enough health to afford another relic. Penhib. Oh, that pairs very well with what we're doing today. Let's see what the next relic is. Red Mask. I like taking away things, artifacts, and or applying weak. Makes my turn 1 stronger with Gorget. Event. Man, all the events are taking my health. Good thing I have a campfire coming up. Do I want to raise my max HP to 100? 2 fewer cards on turn 1, though. Does this deck do a lot of setup? Not really. I mean, it wants bulk up and play as soon as possible, but like not to the detriment of like 19 on the minion on the first turn. If I keep potions, it really shouldn't be that much. Doormaker doesn't do anything on the first turn. The elites are the big Robo Man. This could be the big robot with the 30 damage on turn 1. Could be the Torrent of Souls, which just does damage every single turn. Again, I have a potion that can mitigate it. And what's the last elite? Um, Shoot, what are the Act 3 elites? I'm just gonna quickly Google that because my brain is farting right now. STS2 Act 3 elites. Oh, right, the 3 knights. How does this deck handle the knights? The knights are gonna also deal like what 17 and 7 on the first turn, and then turn my cards ethereal, and they're kind of expensive. But then, what are the upgrade targets? Because it feels like it could just hit some garbage. Like there are 3 regular defends in here that could get hit by this. Ball lightning isn't really a big deal. Nobody plays Glacier for the block. I mean, Compile Driver is just more damage, so it doesn't even give. Yeah. I hate that the correct decision's probably Big Mushroom, but at least I get a cool character model. Hmm. Let's do it. Makes my rest net better too. Gonna definitely get rid of a basic defend. Retaining first hand doesn't matter as much now that it is 2 cards smaller. Master of Strategy is definitely a good choice for this deck. Hmm. 169. Charge battery. A beam cell wouldn't be terrible. Like, this deck definitely would benefit from vulnerable. But do I want Uproar hitting beam cell instead of Ice Lance or Meteor Strike? Not really. I think I'm just gonna take the Master of Strategy and be on my way. Alrighty, and now we get a nice big rest. Put me at 100 out of 100 health. We're almost through Act 3, max health with 100. Just have to fight this elite. I have the strangest hunch it's going to be the 3 knights. I really hope it isn't. Well, only one way to find out. Alright, Torrent of Souls. I don't think this deck is that bad, and it looks like I get Meteor Strike turn 1. That's pretty good. We could play a Distilled Chaos and see what we get. She was already weak from the red mask, so Null wasn't exactly the best hit. But we still have a Plasma Orb for... Man, I don't think it's the correct decision to... There is another shop, but I don't have enough money. I think I'll just eat the hit because there's no real upgrades I want. Defrag would be nice, but it's not essential. We'll just eat it. I have energy now because of the history lesson, right? Huh. We want to do a bulk up. Turbo, Leap, Glacier, Ice Lance. Okay, and I don't think he can hurt us for the rest of this fight. It's tanks. And then second tanks. 74 damage. Tanks. Oh yeah, pen nib. Alright, we got a potion to replace the one we used. It's not as good, but it's alright. Centennial Puzzle. Sunder. Feels like I would have taken that way earlier, but the cards that I'm playing that are expensive now, way better than Sunder. We're gonna skip. Alright, shot. Is there a better potion I could use? Refract would have been pretty nice. Production's always nice, but it's out of my reach. Don't need another turbo. Scavenge can make my deck thinner during the fight and give me energy for big plays. And it's on sale. I think the choice has to be between a power potion, a skill potion, or a scavenge. We have 68. 36 puts us at 62, 32. 32 isn't enough to get a potion too, so it is definitely just one of the three. Again, skill potion would augment my turn 1. But do I need that augmented? I said, it's like, not really. In that case, I'll go with the scavenge. Alright, and we'll just get our last rest, and let's see how this fight goes. Doormaker. Turn 1. Feels kind of bad to draw into this. Because I want to hit something with scavenge, and I guess... Oh, my cat came in to say hello. Hi, Chico. We're playing a game right now, but I could feed you after. Alright, dinner time's almost here, little one. Alright, I think we want to play Compile Driver since we get a draw from it. That's a much better scavenge target. And Ice Lance. Alrighty. We're at maximum health. We played Ice Lance twice. Did that exhaust my Ice Lance? No. It is still in my discard pile. The history lesson just exhausted the copy. Yikes. Alright, we're definitely going to play the defend on the exhaust turn. I think we want to rush this fight down as much as we can. So we'll throw the 9 per turn on it just to see what add to it. Ultimate Strike, Ball, Lightning, and Zap. I think I want to keep my null for the rest of this fight, so we'll end turn right there. What card did I just play for history lesson the proc off of? I already forgot. I'm not, as I said, mental fog. Zap, that's fine. Turbo, Uproar, and then Tank's Whistle, and then history lesson will proc Tank's Whistle next turn. Oh, that is powerful. And now we have a double attack. Get our powers in play too. This turn says I cannot draw additional cards during my turn, so Master of Strategy would just exhaust for nothing. We don't want that. So we'll play Bulk Up and then Loop, and it's like I never lost the Plasma Orb. And then I get another loop from history lesson. So we'll end turn right there. Might have been worth playing. Oh shoot, he's still not drawing additional. That's funny. Um, we'll do defrag. I haven't taken damage yet, so Centennial Puzzle's still on the table, but again, not this turn. We want to play Uproar. Ice Lance, that's pretty good. Dual cast Glacier. And then Helix Drill. Wow, this is a really good run so far. Yeah, Helix Drill doesn't really combo super well with the history lesson, but oh well. This is the turn where every time I play a card I lose one, which is why Turbo was an important upgrade. So it puts me at 3. Then I can play Leap. Do I want to do Leap? Leap and Scavenge. I think I want to do Leap. Null. Applies Weakness. I think I want Null, because it's going to proc the Ice Orb for 6, plus 3, plus 6. And the Weakness, yeah, I think the correct play is the Null. Yeah, I only took 1 damage. That's fine. And it gave me my Centennial Puzzle proc. And Null was the better history target. What's in the draw pile right now? I think Glacier is correct. Turbo is in the draw pile, and Master of Strategy does exhaust itself anyway. It was worth a shot, and I don't think I need a dual cast to stay in this deck anyway. Alright, so Turbo is guaranteed in this pile with Helix Drill. We're going to play Null, Compile Driver, Turbo, Leap, and then Helix Drill. And that was a nearly perfect Doormaker fight. I took the 1 damage for Centennial Puzzle, but yeah, that was a really good Doormaker fight. I'm glad that my first stream can showcase such a very efficient Defect run. Hey, if there's any viewers going, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I wasn't reading the chats at all. This is my first stream ever. I've never really done this before. Yeah, I hope if you're still here, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is Ascension 10 Defect. I'm trying to get a streak going. I know I sound a bit monotone, but this is like a lazy day for me, and I work tomorrow. I'll say hi. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. Ooh, yikes. Exclamation point. Oh, I hope that wasn't a message from too long ago. If you're still here, sorry for not paying attention, but if you're gone, thank you for tuning in to begin with. Alrighty. Let's see. Next fight, we still have Snecko Oil, 99 health, and a very good built deck. Master of Strategy turn 1. Sure. Defrag. double defend with Gorge it, full blocks with the weakness. And it means I don't have to waste a Centennial Puzzle proc on a turn I don't want it wasted on. That's fine. Alrighty. Now the real question is, I think this could be the turn where I want to use the Snecko oil. We'll play Loop Snecko. Free Meteor Strike. Now that's pretty solid. I feel like I want to get damage on the queen while she doesn't have block up right now. Let's put up a zap first, then a meteor strike, and then a tank's whistle. I think that could have been played better, but history course is going to proc tank's whistle again. And I have 3 plasma orbs now. Now we're going to play a bulk up. Well, first dual cast, then bulk up. And then we get one more bulk up with the loop plasma orb. That's going to be fun. Sure. Give me a second bulk up. Oh, it was dual cast. Oopsie. That's okay. We'll do... Wow, this is an interesting choice, or dilemma. Ice Lance is pretty good for this turn. I think. Breaks her block. What's in the draw pile? Helix Drill? That's the... Yeah. Let's spend as much energy as we can then. Don't think we need this turbo anymore, really. Oh, Not bad. Full blocked. Helix drilled her. Now he has another cycle. I have enough for a... Wow. History lesson going crazy. I think with the pen nib proc, we just want to kill this thing and have the energy for next turn. And then next turn, Meteor Strike will play from History Lesson. Yeah, then what's in the draw? It's Helix Drill again. So we're just gonna go Leap, Defend. Sucks that these are all bound, but that's okay. We have enough health to eat this hit, so it's fine. Alrighty. Helix Drill is going to play again, I think, or is it Uproar? I don't know how that interacts with it. It does do Uproar. That's nifty. Alrighty, how to best go about this? We definitely want to play Null. Dual cast, defend. Ice Lance, Helix Drill. I think as long as I survive this next attack, this fight should be over. We have a really good Uproar. It is pen nibbed. It's dealing 21 twice. She has 58. It's going to play either Ball Lightning, Meteor Strike, Ice Lance, or Helix Drill, or Ultimate Strike. I think any of these will actually finish her off. Good game. Great fight. Great run. Well, that was my first Defect run that I've ever live streamed on Twitch. If anybody is still here or is going to watch the VOD, thank you for tuning in. I think it was very fun, and I'm glad I could stream it for you all. Have a good rest of your day.